Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on this Friday afternoon, cold Friday afternoon here at Adrian College. My name is Alexander Grove alongside Sean Whitmer. And Sean, this has been a rivalry game that we have been expecting and waiting for since the turn of the new semester. But before we get into that, there's some big news on the horizon that involves a new conference for these two teams. You want to get into that?
Yeah, the GL6, obviously a Division I powerhouse conference in the Great Lakes region, and now they're going to be adding the same conference to the Division II level, bringing in both of these teams as well as a couple other. I believe Davenport, Calvin, Trine, and Schoolcraft will be joining them. It's going to make for a lot more exciting hockey going forward, having these conference battles. We'll see what it ultimately leads to in the playoff implications after next season.
And that's one thing that, like you mentioned, playoff applications for next season. And one thing about the Adrian D2 squad is that with them being an independent team, we kind of already have the sense, like looking at the NCAA and also looking at other ACHA squads, right? Independent teams tend not to go as far as conference teams. Where you have Purdue and Northwest, they're already in a conference, but leaving the NCHL Black to go over to the GL6. Where do you see any strengths, any weakness? Do you think there will be a rise in the dance to go to national?
I think just playing conference hockey, it adds to a level of competition. It adds to a level of pride. Every time you step onto the ice, you're not only playing for you to beat the team across the ice from you, you are beating to be higher in the rankings than a team right down the road, a team not far away at all, a team that you're commonly going to play home and home with. That's what we're seeing here today.
And earlier we mentioned about how this game is a rivalry game. Like before the show went on air, we talked about how tense this rivalry is. Can you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, going into it, talking to some of the Bulldogs, they look forward to this matchup. They like the physicality that it brings, and going back to last year, getting a chance to call this matchup in particularly, and just seeing the level of physicality, it's something like you don't usually see on the ice. Tensions flare quickly, and they tend to boil over.
Well, we got an exciting game for you here. Here we're presenting the starting lineups as we'll take you over to the rink announcer.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing that's going to stem from this game is who's going to initiate the physicality first. Will it be the Pride or will it be the Bulldogs? At the end of the day, I see the Pride coming out hot. They know what it's like to play in the AIA, and they know how tough it is in order to find that groove early. Bulldogs have a couple different goalies that they can rotate in and out. They're starting with Colasso, I believe, and it'll be interesting to see how he does opening up the game and starting the contest there in net for the Bulldogs. If you're the Pride, you got to get shots on net quick.
Well, not just opening the game, but opening the new semester. Like looking at the Purdue Northwest Pride, they played Aurora last weekend. Right? This is the Bulldogs' first game of the new semester. So what should we be expecting coming from the Bulldog side?
Well, as we move over to the Bulldog side, it's going to be a lot of, I mentioned the physicality. This Bulldog team and every Bulldog team love the physicality. They love to play quick, play with aggression, and if you're going to bring it to them, they're not going to shy away. They are going to rise to the occasion, and they are going to hit you right back where you hit them without hesitation in the slightest.
Well, this is going to be an exciting matchup to see. Can't wait for puck drop.
Yeah, Ortega starting along with Friel. Looks to be AJ Guibord. I believe Michael Tucker will be announced next.
Griffin Clark is on the bench.
Yeah, Braden McNamara gets that final starting nod. Freshman getting his golden opportunity.
All right, we have your starting lineups. That's the pregame show. As we get ready, we'll take a break. We'll be back here for puck drop.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One team from Michigan, one team from Indiana, down the road, down the way, rivalry time. Here we go as we get ready for puck drop. My name is Alex Grove alongside Sean Wimmer. If you're just now joining us, it's Adrian Bulldogs versus a Purdue Northwest Pride here on this Friday afternoon. Any final thoughts before puck drop, Sean?
Just excited to see what we're going to get early in this contest. Of course, we can speculate all we want, but haven't seen this team play yet this year. So speculations are just that.
So here you go, both teams lining up at the center ice. Center's coming in, puck getting ready to drop. Benches are getting rowdy. Here we go, start of a new semester for the Adrian Bulldogs as Ortega looks to take the puck to McNamara. As Adrian looks to get in the zone. Well, that turns quickly over as it switches hands. McNamara over to Ortega looking for the regroup. Looking to beat the icing, and Tucker does. Puck still in the Pride zone. As now it's getting put out. A little bit of a good quick pace start as we were expecting, a little bit back and forth with how the puck is changing hands. As the puck goes to Colosso's neighborhood. Colosso looks to play it around, almost dangerous. But Ortega looks to get the puck out and does. Loose puck on the sideboards. As it's continuously changing, here it comes down the wing. Is Verdino, he shoots and scores. Real quickly on the board, Purdue Northwest. Solid shot from Verdino.
Yeah, how about that to get your 15th point on the season, your 5th goal. Verdino screaming down. He shoots back away from the body of Colosso. Heard it rattle some iron as it went in.
So a quick start for Purdue Northwest as they take a 1-0 lead within the first minute of this game. Adrian looks to respond as it starts off with Potts giving it over for a regroup. Puck gets dumped down on the chase, and that will be an icing call on Adrian.
Yeah, going back to that shot, obviously if you're Colosso, you're going to take away the most immediate threat, which is that near side post. Unfortunately, Verdino just absolutely sniped it onto the other end.
Potts looks to clear it out. They say no. Shot gets blocked, but Purdue Northwest finds a way to keep the puck in the zone, so sent to the corner by O'Neal. Sean Potts prepared to hear that name a lot in the defensive end. He's one of the captains on this squad. Potts still fighting the corner for puck possession as they finally get it out. Schneider looks to do something with it. He does. Kozinjian, one of the leading point producers on this team with 18 points on the season so far. As Adrian looks to clear, and they do. Purdue Northwest gearing it up for another rush. They give the pass off. There was a shot, just went wide. Now a shot to the net. Colosso with another save. As there's a physicality that you were talking about early on, Sean, starting to take form.
Yeah, watch out for Jack Kramer here on the ice as well. Very physical forward.
And we add in some more physicality as Gray gets in the party. With that first goal being scored within the minute of the game, it's a bad wake-up call, but it's a wake-up call nonetheless.
Yeah, and I think the Bulldogs just caught making some changes too early. As you mentioned, it was so early in the game, your first line didn't even really get a full rotation before they were pulled off, as we were seeing players switch and just not as much chemistry.
There's Carper. Carper looks to get something going. Puck gets sent down to the Purdue Northwest zone. As Banky just sends it off, he gives it back to Verdino. Verdino fires a shot. Colossal's ready for that shot this time. Banky, the former Dells Ducks and Minnesota Loon in his junior days. As Purdue Northwest was looking for Banky, that fortunate bounce, but Colossal stands tall on top of his crease. Breakout pass for Carpenter. He looks cross-ice, and he does for McNamara. McNamara takes a hit down the corner. Here comes Ortega down the sideboard, takes a first shot, save. There's another save, another rebound chance, still loose. And we have Ortega down on the ice, looks shaken up.
I don't think it's Ortega. I believe that's going to be Guibord.
Guibord, excuse me. I just saw the three and saw Ortega with the puck last. My apologies.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of those. A lot of high hits, blindside attacking hits from the Pride right now.
As we just saw our first look at Luka Grstulovic in net for Purdue Northwest, as Adrian's looking to convert here on the first power play of the day. So he looked to get set up. There's Desmadro with the puck. So he gives off for Tucker to Potts. Potts scans, looks for a shot, gets blocked there by Kozinjan. His song sends it low. Purdue Northwest looks to get it out, but that hits the up apron of one of the banners.
Yeah, a lot of furniture hanging from the rafters here in the Arrington Ice Arena from all the success that the many Bulldog hockey programs have seen throughout the years.
Desmadro, Tucker, Gent, Hissong, and Potts on the ice for Adrian. Hissong sends over to Potts. Can't corral that one, but still maintains possession. They're in bold battle. Potts gets the puck again. Gives the Hissong. Quick shot. Saved by, as there quick shots around, Adrian couldn't get that rebound to go. Battle in the corner, puck still loose. As Tucker and Serestro battle for it. Adrian comes out the top. Gent to Hissong. Hissong looks to walk it in, pass over to Potts. Potts looks for Gent for the quick touch. Just fumbled that shot there. Good opportunity. Gent in the corner. Back up top to Hissong, look for one touch to Potts and does. Potts hands it over to Cook, fires a sharp angle shot. Goes off the glove of Krstulovic and out of play.
Yeah, Krstulovic is looking pretty good right now. Seemed to be a little bit erratic in that first instance where some shots were coming in a flurry, but as of late, seems to be settling in, has to get a little bit of equipment help from his teammates there.
Purdue Northwest wins the draw as Anderson looks to clear it out. Doesn't get too far, but dribbles past Ortega to just far enough. Carper sends it deep in. Cook and Kramer go and get it. Kramer comes out. Battle on the sideboards. Cook has it. Dangle-licious there. Cook fires a shot. Krstulovic is up for the task. Kramer has it. Sends up for Carper. Back to Cook. So that got stopped. That got interrupted by the Gow. Purdue Northwest just killed off the penalty as we are back to even strength as Ott escapes the box. Puck up in the air as it just went out the zone. Possibility here, and we have another penalty on Purdue Northwest. It's going to be a cross check.
Yeah, you just can't do that. Open ice or not, standing with his back towards you, trying to avoid touching the puck due to a delayed offsides, and just flying in with a cross check there. One of the more obvious calls that we'll probably see here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Jordan DeGao was the suspect that was caught in there. So we just had a look at Adrian's power play not just too long ago. What do you think should be incorporated for this second attempt on this power play?
If they can set up that back door cut the way they did on the one sequence, I think that'll set them up nicely.
Shots fired as a shot was fired by Potts wide of Krstulovic. As the puck is finally cleared out of the zone by Snyder. Colosso looking to direct traffic. Puts it over the corner for Potts to chase. Still gets it enough for Tucker to skate into and skate down the ice. Puck bounces over on Gent's stick. Gent looks to clear it in, but hits the curvature of the glass, temporarily being out of play.
Yeah, Gent, after he got that puck sent forward, he got hit into the bench area, or into the boards there in front of the bench area, as the official almost took a tumble back into the Pride bench.
Now it was Moon and Kramer on the draw, and Kramer comes out on top. Puck rolls around as both players play ring around the rosy to see who gets possession. Basil Cook scrapping in there alongside two other Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs finally get possession there. There's Carper. He looks to Ortega up top. Ortega looks for a shot. Blocked there by the Purdue defense. Ortega pinches, and that leaves a chance for Banky. Here's a 2-on-1. Banky looks for a shot. Save Colosso. Carper finds it. Here's a 3-on-2 opportunity to turn it to a 4-on-2 if they can hurry up. Carper waits, looks for the back door for Kramer just behind him. And the Pride will clear. Two early chances, two great odd man chances for both teams. As we got some miscommunication by the Bulldogs as the Pride looks to take a shot. Even strength as the Pride killed off two straight power plays. Clark sends it deep for Gent to get. Gent does get it as they're in the corner. Puck comes up top. That pass was intended for Clark, or intended for O'Bricky. Finds Green for the shot as it's now in the corner. Adrian really putting up the pressure here in this offensive zone after that first goal was scored. Bound for it in the corner. We have Gray with the puck. Gray looks for a shot, blocked. Green keeps it in. And now it finally gets cleared out where Gray can have possession as he looks to gear up. So that puck gets dumped in, giving a good chase for Anderson. Anderson, he looks for the quick up as it gets intercepted by Gray and dumped in by Desmond Drill. Here's Anderson with the puck. Anderson looks for the goal scorer Verdino, and he does. He chips it up. As that puck gets intercepted and knocked out of harm's way by Cook. Oh, physicality still picking up and picking up more so. There comes Potts. Potts gets it up top, waits, looks, fires another blocked shot. Hisson looked for something, didn't go through. Potts sends it down low as Hisson will look to recover. As he uses his big frame to deflect the hit that was trying to be upon by Snyder. Price skated down deep, looked for a dump and chase. Potts will say, I would like that puck back in return. Adrian looking to break out on the rush. Hisson will dump it in, and that will be an icing call on Adrian.
Mitchell and Cook down there playing in front of the crease, getting into it quite a bit on the other end, and if they're going to keep that up, the whistles might start flying here soon. Playing away from the puck and just tackling each other into the ice.
That was one thing that kind of was looking for, was like, will they allow these teams to play? And it looks like they will, as Tucker will be flying down the wing. Almost got the shoulder there, but could not get past. Could not get past the defense. Mitchell, we just mentioned his name. He has the puck up again. So he dumps it in around the corner for Pescator. Purdue Northwest looks to cook something up. Shot there by Sestro. That gets blocked by McNamara. McNamara gave chase. We got 2-on-2 in the corner. Looks for a center and feed of Kramer. That gets intercepted by, looks to be by Swaw. Swaw looks in front for Benke, just wide of Caluso. Anderson has the puck after that clear attempt. Right back to Carper. Carper with a slip and dip. Puck gets managed along the outside, and now back up top to Ortega. Ortega was sitting low, looking for Carpenter. It finds Kramer looking in front. Almost. Kramer looks in front again. That gets intercepted by Anderson with that long reach. Anderson looks for Benke up top. That gets deflected in the zone. No icing as Benke beats it out. Benke gives it back to Anderson. He looks for the Stuffleton as Colosso stays strong on that post.
Green got back in a hurry there on that last play, but with Benke going back behind the cage, Green got tangled up in his own feet and took a tumble, which is what allowed that relatively good look for the Pride.
We were fortunate that Anderson didn't pop the puck out in front to the open man. As Snyder looks to put in an open ice, and he does, O'Bricky will dump it in. Pride looked to break out, but they, oh my goodness, what a hit! Welcome to the doghouse. Greg O'Bricky just sends Snyder flying into the bench. Wow, as we get a replay on that. Boom! I don't usually see you lost for words, partner, but this is the first time I see you lost for words.
Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jonesy, one of the officials, was saying that he needed to get checked for a head injury potentially, as, I mean, with a hit like that, yeah, you might want to get looked at as now one of the backup netminders, making sure that door is sealed.
As we see him leaning on it now. Here's Jent with a chance. As we turn around, score! Net front presence, Griffin Clark stuffs it in. We got a tie game here at the Doghouse.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. We just seen the big hit. Fighting through as Gent gets it on the deflection. Clark just spins. He's seen it happen over and over again there with Krstulovic, where he's stuck in cement. When he slides to one side, he's not positioning himself well. And if you can get that puck loose, it becomes really easy.
Griffin Clark ties it up for the Adrian Bulldogs. So we have a 1-1 game here as puck gets deflected out of play as a dump-in attempt. Be back in the center ice.
That is officially Griffin Clark's 10th point on the season, his 6th goal. He's now tied with, I believe, Hildebrand, Ortega, and Desmadrill, all with 10. Depending on who the assists go to there, of course.
Puck escapes out the zone. As here's Desmadrill. He looks for Hutchinson as he was the late man coming in, but just out of reach. Puck changes sides. Here's Alex Moon, another dangerous player for this Pride squad. Gives off to Benke for him to dump in. Hutchinson puts on the brakes, look for the breakout to his song. As you just heard the rink announcer, as O'Bricky and Gent were the ones with the assists. As we have an offsides call there.
Officially moves O'Bricky and Gent to 9 total points on the season. Gent with his 7th assist and O'Bricky with his 6th.
Here we go. Face off back up. Schneider with possession. He looks for a pass to core. This puck gets dumped in. Ortega, plenty of time and space, looks to dump it out, but puts it into the netting. And it's a good thing we're not in the NHL, or that would have been a delay of game.
I haven't seen too many delay of games for players playing it into the netting. I have seen it once or twice from some goalies who get a little bit too zealous with playing it from behind the net and just happen to lift it a little bit too high.
It's that excitement. Swab with the shot, blocked. Blocked by Friel as he will feel that one, but they score again. 2-1. Just a little bit after Clark scored, and now Swab with his 2nd shot attempt.
Yeah, that first one just absolutely riddled the Bulldog defender, and it bounced around right back into the tape of Schwa, and he just ends up, I mean, he let it rip again. You might as well.
Face off back to it. 2-1 if you're just now joining us. Pride just scored. Schwa was a recent scorer for the Purdue Northwest Pride. So here comes the Pride again, looking to make it 3-1 if they can get in the zone, which they will only do by dumping it in. Friel will run it around as Sestro will come to Collette. So now we see the physicality picking back up more so. Ortega has the puck. He looks for that area dump. That gets knocked down by the Pride. As Kramer will come out on top with it. Kozijin coming in with speed, shoots it on net. Colosso stands tall. Kozijin looks for options, cuts to the middle of the ice. He fires a shot. Colosso with another save, a 3rd save. As Adrian will now clear it out into the netting.
Yeah, flipped it just a little bit too high there, and a couple, maybe an inch and a half lower. We're still playing.
Purdue Northwest coming out of Hammond, Indiana. As they look to extend their lead here on this faceoff, Alex Moon will push it forward. As there's a puck loose in front, Colosso on top of his crease, denying that scoring chance for Verdino. As he was alone right in front of that net.
Yeah, just spinning in the crease there.
Both teams with personnel changes. O'Bricky was the one that won that face-off, but Purdue Northwest maintains possession. Griffin Clark, he looks to take it out. And there will be a hand pass call.
Stay connected with all the action by following at AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at AdrianCollegeTV today.
Gray with the shot that just went wide as Anderson looks to Collette. Green, he has it. He shoots it. Krstulovic was up to the task on that deflection. Gent looks to get something going, but Anderson stops that in play. He clears it out, and what a bounce on Verdino's stick. Verdino shoots it. Colosso. He stands tall in the crease.
It's ironic because the last time Verdino had that exact same situation, he went backside and found the post to rattle it in. This time he tried to go into the body, expecting Colosso to protect that backside post a little bit more. And likely, if he would have shot towards it, we would have seen deja vu.
Fool me once, shame on you, but Colosso is not going to get fooled twice. Anderson gives chase on the Bulldogs clear. So he goes back to his own zone. Anderson, he looks to get a clear of his own as Potts will clear it into the benching area.
Bulldogs just seem to be playing a little bit half step behind right now underneath the Pride, and it's not what you want to see. I mean, shots on goal are almost identical. It's just a lot of that neutral zone play. We're seeing the Pride play fast and aggressive.
As Cook just finished his hit on the Pride defender as Adrian looks to break it out. Cook, he dumps it. As Pride goes to Collette, they try to dump it right back out, but Cook collects that. Hissong has a lane to the puck. There's a shot saved by Krastulovic on his backside. Robs Cook on the rebound. As the Pride look to build off that momentum, off that save, Snyder will dump it in on Caluso, who lost his stick in the process.
I'm not sure what happened with Colosso's stick there. Is he's standing there, and with, I believe it was Hutchison skating towards him, he just flipped his stick at Hutchison. I don't know if it slipped out of his hands or if he was trying to run some trickery.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that goalie defense relationship going on as the game continues. Snyder with the puck. Snyder will look for Kozisian. He will just chip it out of harm's way. Kozisian will kick it over to Gibord. Ortega looked for the short pass, but that turned out to be an icing call.
Yeah, and with only 3 minutes left here in the first period, Bulldogs trail by 1, but it's felt like the Pride have played a lot more time in their half of the ice.
Moon for the Pride. Looks to be a good board for the Bulldogs. As Alex Moon gets possession for the Pride. Ortega rims it around. Anderson is being a brick wall there for this defense. Puck tried to change hands, but that goes out of play as Moon tried to clear it off of defense, off of the Bulldog forward.
Yeah, a little extra words there after the whistle between Moon and Tucker. Tucker's teammates just usher him to the bench area and have him cool off a little bit.
Anderson has the puck. He looks to dump it in right behind Colosso. That took a big bounce. Fortunately for Colosso, it didn't go through. Swaz shot attempt got blocked. There goes Zijan on the backhand. That was a little bit of trouble for Colosso, but managed to stay out. McNamara, he's met by the defense, but this gets popped up by Carper. Carper, onside play to Kramer. Backhand shot goes wide. Kramer looks in front of the net. Nobody home, just there. Center and pass gets taken away by Anderson as he will put it up to Swa. Swa will dump it in and go for a change. Here's Green. Reverses it. Kramer. Nobody home, as this will now be an icing on the Adrian Bulldogs.
It was almost a shot on goal.
One thing I've learned from my past playing hockey is that I was taught that if you hit right before the blue line, right, in that right spot, either right before or right above the blue line from below the goal line, you will get it on net. Coach by the name of Anthony Rhodey taught me that. He's a coach now in the Null. Hopefully he's doing good. Kramer wins the draw as the puck gets kept in by the Pride. And then it gets steamrolled at the blue line. 2-on-1 opportunity here. Kramer to Clark. Clark on the backhand, he scores! Griffin Clark, the captain, steps up again. Tie game, 2-2.
How about that one for Griffin Clark? Kramer left him a little bit to be desired on the pass, but Clark was able to correct himself nonetheless and let it fly.
As now we have a penalty after the play. So we're waiting to get the call.
I can hear some of the Bulldog fans asking why, as two players are getting sent to the box right now. They're hunting down the other player to get sent, and both are Bulldogs. I believe the other one was, I think both go on Kramer here because Dombrowski was not on the ice.
Might be having a 10-2 situation. As the referees gave the signal saying that it was intent to injure. As he was loudly saying intent.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Jonesy is an official that spends a lot of time at the rink, and knowing Kramer does like to talk quite a bit, so maybe there's a little bit of animosity there between the two.
Well, we get a first look at the Pride power play as Griffin Clark just tied this game up for the Bulldogs, 2-2 score. Colossal will corral that into his chest for a whistle.
Well, I think you might be right with the 10-2 as Kramer just took his helmet off in the box, so. I don't think he's going to be coming out anytime soon.
Pride wins the face-off there, Cohesion. He sends it forward, but the Bulldogs come out with the puck, and Sean Potts will clear it 200 feet. Kostulovic has the puck on his stick. Sends it over to Snyder as they look to play catch on this breakout. Snyder looked for Verdino on that saucer pass, just a little bit too high and out of reach, and that'll be icing on the Pride.
Yeah, looking for a little bit more of what they've done with Verdino so well. Not really cherry picking as Bulldogs are getting back, but Verdino is just screaming down the ice with such pace that he's separating from most of the Bulldogs. So they're just long passing it up and hoping he can beat everyone else to the puck.
Speaking of Verdino, here he is with the puck again, scanning the ice, gives it over to Snyder. Snyder up to Cohesion. Cohesion looks to take it to the net. That gets blocked and deflected out of play.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to find Verdino on the back door, and it got deflected up into the netting. So
if you start the game hot, keep you in the hot hand. That's what Purdue Northwest is looking to do. Power play unit for Purdue Northwest, consisting of Moon, Banky, Anderson, Swall, and Provenant. Excuse me on that one.
Official word coming from our PA announcer is unsportsmanlike conduct for the 2-minute and unsportsmanlike conduct for the 10-minute as well. So
Swall puts it around the net, looks for a centering pass, goes on through, and O'Bricky dodges a hit to get the puck out. Here comes Anderson flying down the ice. 2 seconds and 1, and that will conclude the first period. An eventful first period, you would say, but also a first period with a lot of rust.
Yeah, I would say rust is definitely an aspect there, as Kramer's going to go talk with his netminder. But helmet's still off. Don't see him coming back anytime soon.
If he does, he'll probably be back in the back half of the second period. Hopefully he does return. Kramer is a huge part of this team, especially when we saw what he did on the second goal for the Adrian Bulldogs.
As I think he's going to go talk with the official real quick. Maybe get an explanation, maybe apologize. Something there might be a little bit of miscommunication. As I mentioned, Jonesy spends a lot of time in this rink, and
that conversation looked to be not to the advantage of Kramer, as Jonesy just waves him off.
Yeah, short and one-sided.
But getting back to the game at hand and leaving the drama out of the intermission talks. So we saw an eventful first period. We saw how Purdue Northwest still has their legs under them after playing last weekend, getting a fuel for the new semester, and the Adrian Bulldogs getting back into the season, first game of the new semester. Right, we saw some rust show on the Bulldog side, but we also saw what they are able to do once they got their legs under them.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest aspects of it is the Pride are still playing with such physicality and such reckless abandon that while it's worked for them so far, I just don't know if it's going to continue to work for them throughout the rest.
One thing that seeing the Bulldogs do that we're probably going to talk about later on is how they're handling when they do have time and space. Right, when they're under pressure, they got the clear. But when they have time and space, right, it looks to be that decision making can be a little bit panicky or rusty, if you will. Right, but all that and more when we come back from the break. 2-2 game after one. My name's Alex Grove. This is Sean Whitmer. We'll see you soon.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Ready to elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country, and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hockey, a men's D2 hockey game against the Purdue Northwest Pride versus the Adrian College Bulldogs. We are tied up 2-2 after 1, and the Bulldogs will be starting the second period on the penalty kill, excuse me. I'm Alex Grove along with Sean Whitmer. Now, Sean, earlier we talked about how Adrian's getting the rust off from last semester, coming into this new semester, getting the rust off, like some of the plays that they were making. What's some things that you saw that were positive and some things that were negative?
Some of the positives from, both of these teams, we've seen them flying up and down the ice. For the Bulldogs, it's been a little bit more controlled, which I mean, hasn't separated them in the scoring column, but for the Pride, it's been a little bit more reckless, a little bit longer passes. And at the end of the day, if the Pride can continue to just bring the physicality to the Bulldogs, make them commit undisciplined errors throughout this game, that will ultimately be the difference maker.
I'll tell you, one difference maker that honestly is showing up for me is the play of Luka Krstulovic. Yes, it's a 2-2 game, but in the times where he is showing up, where he needs to show up, he's showing up. Like one save in particular was that save on Basil Cook.
As Kramer did remake his way into the box.
Second period about to start. Pride on the power play. AC on the penalty kill. As Jonesy was just talking to Kramer, clearing some things up. And we are underway. Ortega starts it off by dumping to Krstulovic's zone. Probably will look to break out with Snyder, looking for a cross-ice pass. They enter in zone. Low shot for Colosso. Kazinjan up top for Snyder. Snyder gives it out to the side for Sestro. As the Bulldogs just killed off the penalty, we are back to even strength. Snyder one-time shot saved by Colosso. As we got a 2-on-1 developing here if they're quick enough. Griffin Clark already has 2 on the Knights. Sends it over top of the net. Come out and play for O'Briggy to give chase. Berdino high on his horse finishes his check as he's in battle with O'Briggy for puck possession.
Pretty smart decision down here in this penalty box as I'm watching. Kramer is actively taping one of his sticks, so he's making that time work for him.
Hey, when you have 10 minutes to cool off, use it wisely. There's Anderson. He sends a shot looking for a deflection try. No dice. Puck gets sent down. Back up top. Shot went wide, but stays in the zone. Anderson keeps the play alive for the Pride. Pride looking to swarm in. Working that low corner. Up top for Anderson. Out of lane, sends it just wide above Colosso's head as we have a penalty coming up against the Bulldogs. Cross-checking is the call, and that will be Garrett Frio heading to the box.
Yeah, might have gotten one there. I do believe cross-checking is the right call. However, I don't think it gets called if the Pride player doesn't fall down as aggressively as he did. He fell down, hands to his side, almost face first onto the ice.
Take note, young hockey players, if you fall the right way, you'll get on the power play every time. But that is not encouraged. There you go. Pride on the power play here, looking to take the lead as the Bulldogs look to keep the goal the same. Anderson keeps it in. Puck gets back up top to Anderson. Anderson fires, he scores. Deflected off of Alex Moon. As the Pride took advantage, it's now 3-2, Purdue Northwest.
Yeah, that was an absolute laser from Anderson. He did such a good job keeping it in the offensive zone earlier in that, and then he just let one rip.
Good hand-eye by Alex Moon to get that deflection shot, because a shot coming at that pace, that far, that is a tough one to deflect. So here we are, brand new game here. Purdue Northwest just took the lead. As that pass was intended for his song, it just deflects off his stick and down the ice, and his song looks to finish his check on Snyder and does. Mitchell looks to do something with it, looking for DeGao, but goes nowhere as it's battle in front of us here in the booth. Sestro has the puck, looking to do something with it. Tries to send it towards the net. That gets blocked by Potts. Basil Cook with it now. He looks to send it around. As the breakouts have just been a little bit sloppy here for Adrian so far, but looking to prove me wrong with this. And they have proved me wrong. Hisong sends it over for Cook. Cook will send it down deep. Still fighting for possession. Here's Gray. Finds Cook. It just skips over his blade. Desmadrill up top for Green. That gets blocked there. As Purdue Northwest looks to break it out themselves. Here's Saul, one of the goal scorers for the Pride. He sends it back around. That's Anderson, who's been very active as of late. Very active in these first two periods. Kruger sends it outside the zone for Snyder to give chase. Snyder tries to look for Kozisian. As, oh my goodness, Carper got train wrecked by Ott. Opens up the ice for Kozisian to follow through. He skips by Gray, sends it to the net. Colossal with the stop. Fires! Big shot there by Napravinovic.
So that last goal there by Moon officially solidifies him as the team leader in points with 19, as well as giving him his 10th goal on the season.
Face-off win for the Pride. Napravinovic. He sends it deep. As we have an opportunity here. As Carper looks to dipsy-do. Almost does. But the puck is loose and now loose. Pride come out with the puck. Here's Friel. Friel looks to try to chip it, but just over as Friel and Ott will share some words.
And now Ott sharing words with one of the other officials here.
Faceoff would be outside the zone. Just right outside the Bulldogs' blue line. Alex Moon and Greg O'Bricky. As O'Bricky will win the draw. Give it to Friel. As that'll change hands to Anderson. As he will say, you go get it. Pride manages to keep it in. Looks for a center and feed in front. Banky's shot got blocked. As Anderson's being chased by Gent. Gent's on him. Takes him down legally. O'Bricky up top to Friel. Friel tried to corral it. Dangerous chance here, 3-on-1. Banky, Moon, Verdino, and what a back check by the captain, Griffin Clark. He's having himself a game so far. Anderson looks to clear it out. And he does successfully onto the stick of Banky. Jacob Banky drops it off. That gets broken up. Guibord escapes a hit, but DeGao does the job of taking the puck away. Ooh, big collision in the corner. Here's Snyder up top. Snyder gives it over to Napravinovic. That shot gets sent wide. Adrian comes out with it, looks to get on the rush. McNamara trying to change things around. As Adrian's looking for an equalizer here as the puck gets out of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all AdrianCollegeTV information, please visit the official website at www.AdrianCollegeTV.
Bulldogs need to start finding some set pieces in their own offensive zone, as they're just not spending a lot of time down there so far throughout these first 6 minutes.
There's a false draw by the linesman. Here's Napravinovic. Sends it over, but McNamara says, I'll take that off your hands, and sends it deep. Tucker gives chase. Pride takes the puck and moves out with it. I guess deflected into the zone. Hutchinson tries to shake off a Pride forechecker. Doesn't. Snyder over to Nat Provnik. As Pride maintains possession. Looks for a shot in front. That gets blocked. And it gets up to Nat Provnik. Snyder's shot gets blocked there. As now we have a chance here for McNamara if he can split the seam. McNamara looks to split it, gets taken down, no call on the play. Sean Potts is up there with him. Potts comes out of it with it. Puck is loose and Gray will send it into the Pride zone. Snyder to Kozisian. Kozisian looks for the home run play, gets intercepted by Gray. This puck will be dumped around. Breakout opportunity here for the Bulldogs. No dice. That's the Pride still on the forecheck. Cook sends it over for Hassan, just bounces off the boards, but Hassan retains possession. Hassan looks for Cook, doesn't go as it gets blocked by two defenders coming back. Puck bounces in front, still bouncing. There's Hassan with a chance. Kostulovic with the save, and now we have a penalty call. Or now a penalty call, excuse me. Net was off. We saw one of the head referees with his hand up and pointing out players, so forgive me for that.
It's interesting that we haven't had a penalty called here lately. It seems like every single time the Bulldogs are entering the zone since we've had those last 2 minutes tick off the clock, they're getting tackled.
Anderson comes out of the play with the puck. As that puck will be out of reach of Green. No icing on the play. Green looks for a home run stretch, intercepted by Benke. That puck will be deflected out of the zone. So take a look inside the penalty box. Kramer looking to get ready as it's drawn near to his release.
Yeah, he'll come out of the box. Probably first stoppage after 10. Skate over to the other side to drop off his 2 sticks he's been working on.
Kruger up the ice, looking for an option. Doesn't connect as Dombrowski was his intended target. Benke comes down the wing, takes a far end shot. Easy save for Colasso. As that shot gets another shot from the point, Colasso will snare that as well.
Yeah, we ended that first period 16-16 in shots on goal. The Pride have already had 5 this period. Bulldogs only with 1.
Make that 6 with that shot from Sestro. Pride looks for an in-front presence. Pump fake, gets the shot off, but it goes wide. Puck gets out of the zone. As Kernan sends it in. Colasso sees Kernan coming, so he will send it off to Arteaga. Arteaga to Dombrowski. As that was a big hit behind. Dombrowski's a little bit shaken up as he gets up from that. Bulldogs look to clear and does, and this will be an icing call on the Adrian Bulldogs.
Which is not great, as thankfully the officials realized that Dombrowski was in pain, so they did let him get off the ice, as you don't want an injured player risking his health due to an icing call. So they allowed that substitution, and that is the only substitution they allowed.
Looks like the Purdue Northwest coach is getting into it with one of the referees, not agreeing with either a no call or that decision of allowing Dombrowski to get off the ice.
But Dombrowski left the ice and immediately went back behind the bench area, getting looked at now.
We'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully he will return as the Adrian Bulldogs will send it down the ice again for another icing call.
Dembowski jumping out real quick just to test out that leg on the ice, so seems like he's fine.
That's always a good sight to see. You don't want to see anybody injured. As the Pride just won the face-off, tries to send it to the net. They get it done. Turnaround shot, and that puck gets out of play again.
This time it's not icing, though. Bulldogs should be able to make a change here if they so please.
Looks like they'll keep the same personnel out there. A personnel involving O'Bricky, Kruger, and Carper. Pride win the face-off again. There's Wiggle. Wiggle shoots it. That goes wide. That almost escapes out the zone. Now it does. Wiggle. He has it. Gives it off to Swa. Kozisian looks for a shot deflected off the stick of Gabe Ortega, who's coming in on the back check.
Now the Bulldogs will finally make their change, but going back to the Dembowski situation, looked like it was just a Charlie horse on the leg as he was skating off little gingerly. Took a couple minutes. Probably had it rolled out.
As McCraig looks to sit in front of the net, that got blocked away. Here's Sean Potts with the puck. Looking to do something here. The puck gets stolen. Puck gets out in front. Colossal with the save. Had to slide over, but that puck rolled off wide. Pride looks to keep it in. Puck gets intercepted by O'Bricky. O'Bricky sends the cross right behind Griffin Clark. Clark with both Adrian goals on the day. Here's Jit with a shot saved by Kristulovic. Clark looks to wrap it around. Puck loose in front as the Pride will escape with it and clear.
Looked like O'Bricky didn't understand where the puck was. He kind of got into Clark's way towards the tail end of that play leading into the shot.
Potts with the puck. He gives it over to Clark. Clark looks for the cross-ice pass, and he does give it over to Jint. But that gets taken off by Moon, and here comes Fabrino. Fabrino with a shot. Again with that faraway shot for a second of the game. 4-2.
Entering hat trick watch with that one. Verdino made a move and let it eat. You can see the emotion there after that goal. Felt like he probably should have had his second one earlier in the contest, but Colosso was ready for it.
JT Verdino, dangerous today. As he just put the Pride up by 2, 4-2 game if you're just joining us. Puck gets sent around. Ott will find the loose puck and try to send it to the net, but it doesn't go. Shot gets taken from the point, and here comes Gray. Gray looks for the home run pass. Blocked off by Snyder. Snyder gets it. Sends it over to Ott, which Gray will put up a hezzy move and then get it out the zone. As this call, this whistle will be given for, it looked like they said hand pass.
Interested to see how long Kramer's going to sit on the other bench, as he's probably got some of the freshest legs on the team right now. Still haven't seen him get back on the ice. He did, after that goal, cross over into the bench area from the penalty box. So
puck gets dumped in by the Pride. Alex Moon gives chase, and he has it. Gives off to Benke. Benke with a shot saved by Colosso as the Bulldogs looks for a rush. Ortega's leading the charge. Sends it deep. Looks for a dump and chase. Here's Desmadro. Desmadro. His shot gets blocked off and turns it to a dump. His song with a big hit along the boards. Here's Basil Cook. Look to do something with it as it got taken away. Verdino already has 2, looking for the hat trick. Couldn't find Banky on the tail end. Ortega looks for Cook. That gets deflected off a couple players onto Anderson's stick. Moon looks for Anderson, doesn't go, gives it to Cook. No call on the play. As Cook got tripped up. Here's Swall, looked for somebody in front. Cook has it again. He sends it to Ortega. Ortega will send it deep for Anderson to collect. Anderson skating up the side with it. He shoots it from a faraway angle right for Colossal to hold.
Well, Kramer's back. We just seen him hit Anderson in center ice, and Anderson, a much bigger player than Kramer, stumbled back and then fell down, just showing the veracity that Kramer skates with.
This Kramer could be the missing piece when it comes to energy. Speaking of which, here comes Carper. Carper alongside Kramer looks for the shot. That gets deflected off the stick of Napravnik.
Jack Kramer, 5'9", hit 6'4" Dave Anderson and dropped him to his knees.
It is not about the size of the dog, it's about the fight inside the dog. As Kramer looks for another hit, as the puck will go to Colossal's area, and he will hold there again.
Ready to explore your Adrian future? Scholarship Day lets admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. Register now at adrian.edu/admission/visit-campus/scholarship-day.
It was a quick draw saved by Colossal right off the quickness. They will try again for part 2. The Pride win it, does the same thing, but Colossal knocks it away this time. Looks for a home run play. That's Krastulovic. We're sitting around. Too hot for Kramer to handle. Probably flip it over to Ott on the side. Colossal will send it all the way over. As this will be a who can send how many pucks away. Puck will go all the way to Krasvulovic's net, and there's a no goal on the play for the net got taken off.
Yeah, that's the second time that Krastulovic has done that in this period, kicking the net off its post. And that one looked, you never want to accuse somebody of doing something like that intentionally, as it delays the game, it's unsportsmanlike, but that second one there looked about as intentional as it can get in that situation.
Net is back in its moorings, and we have Alex Moon versus Greg O'Bricky on the faceoff. As they vie for possession, there's Clark. He has a turnaround shot, and Krasulovic looking to see some action. That'll be the third shot he has faced all period. Go on Krasulovic's left side here. So we have a false draw that led to Alex Moon losing an edge. Puck gets tied up, but Gent comes out with it for the Bulldogs. Puck goes all the way to Green. Green will send it deep. Here's Banky. Banky sends it on that to Colosso. Green looks to try to do something with it, but the forecheck of Banky interrupts it as Verdino looks for number 3. Verdino, credit where credit's due. JT Verdino has been everywhere on this ice so far in this game.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye out on the O'Bricky and Moon situation, as during that last face-off, Moon didn't like where O'Bricky's skate was, crossing the line just slightly, kept poking at it before the face-off, and then after the face-off, you see O'Bricky get away with a cross-check on Moon. Moon get away with the same on him.
As we just saw Swall with a shot as Colosso had to stretch out for that blocker save.
Yeah, it looked like it got caught by the knob of his stick there. Using every piece of his equipment to make saves right now.
Adrian sends it all the way down, and that'll be an icing call on the play. As Purdue will be able to change personnel, in which they will, bringing out their top line of Moon, Verdino, Benke. Fighting for possession is both Purdue. And now there's Benke with a shot. That got blocked by Green. Verdino sends a puck to the front of the net. That gets bobbled around, but Colosso finds it and covers it for a whistle. Opportunity for Adrian to change personnel, in which they will.
Yeah, wisely there, changing personnel. If you're the Bulldogs after the icing, had your players stuck for a little while longer than you may have liked.
O'Neal's line is out there for Purdue, alongside Desmond Drew. There's some dipsy doing, and there's some right squeaks through Colosso as the Purdue Northwest will make it 5 on the day. Kozisian saw that Moon scored a goal, said, let me tie you right back up.
Yeah, and Kozisian right there with Moon. He, as you said, ties him right back up. That puts them interlocked at 19 points as we see a netminder change here. Alex Herman will take over in the crease for the Bulldogs for the last 5 minutes of this period and most likely the remainder of this game.
All right, so we have Alexander Herman. He's coming into the game with 7 games played, 2 wins, 2 losses. Right, has a GAA of 2.88 with a save percentage of a 917. And as we were discussing Herman's stats, like what the stats are, we see a very heated discussion on the bench on the other side. Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. You gotta fire your players up at this point. You're trailing by 3. You just put your veteran netminder in the crease, and you want your team to start playing for him. Don't miss Chase Matthew live at Adrian College on Saturday, March 21st at 7 o'clock p.m. for our spring concert. It's free for all Adrian College students, and tickets are available now at adriancollege.hometownticketing.com. That's March 21st, Chase Matthew at Adrian College. We're holding it down.
After that timeout, Adrian looks to see if there's going to be a fire under them. We'll see if that works. Hisson has the puck, gets it out the zone. Not Prevnik. He fumbles it a little bit as the puck gets covered up, and that should have been a penalty, and we have it rightfully so. As you cannot cover up the puck intentionally no matter where you're on the ice when you're in that position. So we now have an opportunity for Adrian College to put the puck on net, to put the puck in the net more so, and get back in this game.
It almost looked like he was reliving his dreams of being a goalkeeper there, as I believe it was Strudaniski.
Opportunity for the Bulldogs here to do something. Anderson gets the puck, and he just clears it around the way as Carper will give chase. As Herman will get his first touch of the night. Here's Ortega. Skates up with it, drops it off for Kramer. Kramer with fresh legs, he comes in. Dipsy Doos right off the outside of the post. Kostulovic leaning too early. Here's McNamara. McNamara, he fires. That just misses, and they fire again. Carper has it on the point. Dangerous spot to play with the puck. As Cohesion gets out of that one with the puck, and Anderson will clear. Herman out of his crease. Set it up for Ortega. So you look for Kramer as that goes too far ahead. But Alex Moon will say thank you, but I'm not keeping it for his song. Anderson looks for it as a screaming Kramer comes up. As we have a penalty coming up against McNamara. This will be a 4-on-4. McNamara will be called for a hooking call.
Unfortunately, it's the right call as well as just got a little bit too eager in there.
Oh, tripping, my bad. So 4-on-4, still an opportunity. 50 seconds on the 4-on-4. Still an opportunity for Adrian if you want to look on the bright side of things. And for Purdue North, if you're Purdue Northwest, looking to score more. As O'Neal wins the faceoff for the Pride, Sestro keeps it in. O'Neal was just in a battle with Desmadrill. Desmadrill has it. Sestro will keep it in. Desmadrill, now we got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Desmadrill and Potts. Desmadrill looks for the pop-off pads. Just missed the net. Here's a 2-on-1 coming down the ice for the Pride. Sestro, backhand opportunity, gets blocked off by Hutchinson. Schneider has it up top for Sestro. Sestro sends it, gets deflected, didn't make its way to Herman. As the puck will get bounced over Snyder's stick and out of harm's way. Schneider has it. He will skate up with it. Looked for Swaw as that was just out of reach. The Swaw beats out the icing. Puck gets popped up to Anderson. Back to Kozinjan. Kozinjan gets the puck poked away from him. He makes moves, giving the puck off to Swaw. Swaw carries in the middle of the ice. Dumps it in, looks to try to reset something as he meets Hutchison in the back. And Sean Potts will clear it out the zone. 30 seconds coming up left on the penalty kill. Sean Potts, he'll take the open space and send it down. Probably look to do something for on this rush. Here's JT Verdino. Been very dangerous today. Five seconds left on the power play. As Green will spend those 5 seconds killing it off. We are back to even strength. Here goes Snyder with the puck. Snyder makes one move, decides to dump it in deep. Kernan gets in the corner after the Snyder dumping as that deflects off of Herman's stick. Puck gets popped up to Snyder. That shot gets blocked by McNamara. As Carper looks to feed McNamara, just didn't have enough pepper on it. Puck was deflected off the stick as we have 40 seconds left in the second period to go. Green looks for the Hetman. That gets cut off by Snyder. Now here's Gray. Gray, he will wrap it around to McNamara. McNamara will get it out the zone. Now Snyder will try to put it towards Herman. That gets deflected along the way to Green. We have the final 10 seconds. Adrian looking to do something out of desperation on this last one. 1, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that will be the end of 40. 5-2 is your total after 2. That looked to be all Pride on that.
Yeah, and it looked like especially in those last 2 minutes, the Bulldogs just looked like they took their foot off the gas completely. I mean, the Pride weren't capitalizing on their opportunities. They were playing extremely sloppy. They weren't getting shots towards Herman. And the Bulldogs weren't capitalizing on their chances. They were a little lethargic. Coming out of the timeout, you want to see them racing up and down the ice, not playing as slow as they were.
And I think you put it right on, hit the nail right on the head, is that anytime you see a goalie change, anytime you have that timeout, yes, you want that fire, but it seemed like we were just seeing the same story as earlier in that period. Where on the opposite end for the Purdue Northwest Pride, you're seeing them come out even hotter after a timeout, right? With JT Verdino putting up his second of the day. You have Alex Moon on his deflection, Anderson playing his game, right? So, like, there needs to be a form of adjustment with Adrian, with the Adrian game. And more on that after this break. My name's Alex Grove, along with Shaw Whitmer. We'll see you soon.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
Ready to elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
These students who have worked so hard to achieve what so many never achieve. This evening you join the select company of people who hold a baccalaureate degree or a master's degree. You join a privileged group of individuals, a minority of persons in this country and an even smaller fraction from around the world who have had both the opportunity to pursue higher education and the intelligence, discipline, and determination to reach this goal. You should be very proud.
I will unquestionably miss being an Adrian College Bulldog. I will miss the pink flowers that light up the campus each spring, the dining halls that prompt exchanges of, "How's your day been?" after a long day of classes, and the sporting events that fill students with pride. I will miss the way this campus instantly feels like home each time I set foot on that Bulldog Mile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. My name is Alexander Grove alongside Sean Whitmer. And Sean, before we went off the air, right, as the third period's about to come up, we kind of mentioned how it's a black and white game, right? Like, it's a hot and cold game, hot on the Purdue Northwest side, cold on the Adrian side. Like, what more should we be looking for, Adrian, as they come out this break?
They need energy. It's as simple as that. The Bulldogs need energy. They need to fire up, and they need to find something that can help them just play harder mentally, because the physicality is there. They're not lacking in that department. It's just the mental side of things right now that's seeing them down 3 goals.
Well, the good thing about hockey is that it's never too late in any situation, right? Yes, it's 3 goals, but it's not a blowout. It's not a 10-goal differential, right? But let's look at some of the highlights that Adrian has. We have Griffin Clark, who's had 2 goals in the first period, right? And the chances that they did get in the second period, yes, they weren't on net, but you have to look at how they got those chances. Hard work, being physical, like you said, making sure that energy is high to sustain the whole entire period, not just 2 seconds of a shift.
I will say one of the downsides of the energy aspect for the Bulldogs, the Kramer 10-2 came from an energy play, and that seemed to drain the energy from the team because you have a player that is an energy guy for you. He plays his style of hockey, and obviously we're not down on the ice to see if there were some words said or anything, but he gets sent to the box for making an energy play that leads to a goal. Might have drained a little bit of energy from the squad.
Well, we'll see if the energy gets picked up after a rushed intermission as the third period is getting ready to start. If you're just now joining us, my name is Alex Groves. This is Sean Whitmer. Right, 5-2 score, and also on the other updated news, Alex Herman has been subbed in for Lucas Colasso in the back half of the second period. He will start this third period for the Adrian Bulldogs. On the Pride side of things, nothing's really changed. So we will see how this third period will go with Alex Herman and net.
Herman, of course, as you mentioned, didn't start the game. Came in with under 5 minutes to go there in that second period. Gets the start for this third period. First period coming on with fresh ice.
Here we go. Third period play has gone underway as Tucker starts it off with a hit on Verdino. As they battle for possession right in front of us, the puck gets put in. Jacob Banke being chased by Friel. Verdino sends a shot to the net as Herman with the stop. As he also got a tap by Alex Moon. Giebord looks to try to do something with it, but he gets stopped in play, and that will not be an offside as Tucker kept it at bay. Play switches hands. Here's Jacob Banke. He looks for JT Verdino. As Ortega will take the puck and give it to Griffin Clark. Griffin Clark with 2 goals on the day, as mentioned earlier. O'Bricky sends it to Potts, and Potts will look for the best option, and that will be over to McNamara. O'Bricky sends it to Clark. Clark fires. Blocked. That shot was blocked by Napravnik. O'Bricky looks to keep the player alive, gives it to Clark on the swing. Griffin Clark does a little stutter step move. As Napravnik takes the puck away from Clark and will be on the way of Pride. Hutchinson with solid defense getting in front of the way. Potts back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson looks for Desmadro. He still maintains it on side. We have an arm up. And let's see where this call is heading to. And this is going to be a hook. Kind of hoping it was a penalty shot, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think they were giving Desmadro the benefit of the doubt. Unfortunately, he took that long pass into his back, so it slowed him down so much. If it's a clean pass on the ice or even over Desmadro's head, he has a breakaway opportunity. And then if we get the hook, probably seeing him get a penalty shot.
So far, the Bulldogs have been 0 for 3 on the power play as they look to change that statistic as Hassan will give it to Potts. Potts back to Hassan. Hassan, as both of them will play catch. He sends it to front looking for Tucker back door just wide. Potts keeps it in as he rings it around for awaiting Hassan. He sends it to Gent. Gent to Sean Potts. Potts. He feeds it over. Potts gets it back, as that was Desmadro that gave him the feed, and that puck will get cleared out as the Pride will change personnel. Herman will send it around for Hassan to give chase, try to use that momentum. That gets stopped there. Ortega will get the puck and settle this power play unit down as he waits for more troops to arrive. Patiently waiting. Finally sees what he was looking for, but a little bit too far out of reach for McNamara.
Earlier in the period, Bulldogs got their first shot on goal. That's only their third shot on goal since the first period of play. As they ended that first period with 16 shots on goal. They only had 2 in the second period. They've already gotten their first here in the first 3 minutes of this third period.
Shots on goal for both squads is 33-19, Purdue Northwest. So here's Adrian. Trying for a long pass, but that gets intercepted and will go right back down to the Bulldog zone. Ortega was looking for Cook, and he does find him. Cook sprints up. Backhand shot wide of Kristulovic. Kramer to Cook. Cook fires. Oh, off the helmets of Kristulovic, and he goes down hard. Wow.
Yeah, his helmet came flying off after that shot.
Well, we hope that Kristulovic is okay, and he looks to be getting back up, shaking it off.
It looked like it might have caught him on the crown of his helmet, which, I mean, it's the place that you wouldn't want to get hit in, obviously. You don't want to get hit in your head ever, but if you're going to get hit, it's not the worst spot. Definitely better than it getting caught underneath your mask and your shoulder pad and catching you flush. Scary situation, though, so an athletic trainer will come out to check on Kristulovic.
We're going to take a break here as that happens. And we are back after that little injury timeout. But Kristulovic looks to be A-OK. As the Bulldogs have 20 seconds left on the power play. There goes Carper with a shot saved by Kristulovic, making that easy save like he never got hurt.
I will say right after, and he's still doing it, I don't know if I'd recommend punching yourself in the head after you just took a slap shot off the head. But, I mean, Kristulovic is making saves, so we'll let him do what he wants to do.
Well, they do say goaltenders are crazy. I should know. My sister was a goaltender. Ortega sends it over to Cook. Quick pass to Carper. Carper looks for a shot, gets blocked by Napronik. And the Pride has killed off the penalty. We are now in full strength. Ortega to Cook. Cook fires. Blocker saved by Kristulovic. We had a little bit of a battle going on behind Kristulovic. We have a player stuck in behind his net. Here's the Pride on the way. As they're looking for Kozinjan on the drop pass, doesn't go. McNamara tries to dipsy-do as we have a penalty call coming up. And we might have a little bit more extra. Call will be interference.
I believe this is going to be the fourth. This is going to be the fourth penalty going against Purdue University Northwest, but they have gotten away with a lot in this game. The situation where we seen McNamara in the net was because a Purdue player grabbed him, slammed him into the ice, and then pushed him into the net and then started poking him with his stick.
And then we saw Kristulovic later on do the same thing with the poke. But they finally got one of them in Snyder. And we'll see if the Bulldogs can capitalize. Here's Gent. Makes one move around a Bulldog defender. Gives over to Potts. Right to his song. He goes across for Desmadrill. They play cats. Desmadrill looks for the back door. Too hot to handle for Tucker. And this will dribble outside the zone where Potts will regroup. His song gives us some 10-2 skates. Potts will go across ice right behind Desmadrill. As the puck will be sent all the way down. Here's Tucker. Tucker, he drops it off for Potts. Potts was looking for Tucker, nobody home. As this will be an icing on the Bulldogs. That was very delayed.
I don't know why. If Jonesy just forgot that it's his job to call the icing, or what was going on there, as he's just sitting there. It's one thing not to blow your whistle when there's a pretty obvious penalty. It's another thing to not blow your whistle when there is an icing.
Well, we're back in play here as just under a minute has elapsed. There's 45 seconds left here on this power play. Sean Potts looks to escape. Gives it off for Kramer. Kramer with one move. Missed the majority of the first period, the majority of the first and second period off of 10-2. He goes rumbling down the ice, looking to go all the way. Almost did, just couldn't get around the pad of Krstulovic. It's the best chance so far for the Bulldogs. As here's Carper up top. Carper gives off for Cook. Cook to Ortega. He fires wide. It was high and wide, but Cook keeps it in the zone. Cook sauces it over to Carper. Carper cross ice for Ortega. Ortega looks for Kramer. Puts Krstulovic on the splits, as that did not go. Kozic finds Snyder coming out of the box, fresh legs coming out. So we are even strength, and Herman will snatch it and hold.
Yeah, a couple crease passes there from the Bulldogs, and just unable to find the players they're looking for. Would have led to an easy goal if they would have found him either time. Got a feel for McNamara as he was set up a couple times, and the passes were just well out of reach.
Purdue Northwest wins that draw, but Herman was up to the task. McKay tries to keep it in and does, but only for a little bit. Griffin Clark, he sends the puck in deep. As him and McKay gets wrapped up with each other. As the Pride look to break out, Mitchell will give it over for Anderson. Anderson cuts across the line past Green. He fires a shot saved by Herman. Didn't know where the puck was, but landed behind. Snyder sends one to the front. Herman with another save. As that puck deflects off of Purdue forward. There will be no icing on the play, but there will be icing on this play. Not really, because that got beaten out by Swaw. As he runs to the board hard and looks to be shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine he is currently wishing he would not have beaten that icing out, as he was skating under so much speed and lack of control that he lost his footing into the boards.
Yeah, we see Swaw just took off his helmet, so we're going to take a quick injury timeout here. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to the show. As I apologize, it was not Swaw, it was Curtin. Curtin was the one that ran to the boards and just received some help getting off the ice as he's heading behind the bench. hopefully that he is okay to continue on later in this game. So back at it. Just a little over 7 minutes just came out as a hit given by Hutchinson. But Verdino comes out with the puck. Verdino gives it out to Snyder. Snyder sends it to the net. It's blocked along the way. Alex Moon looks to do something with it, but he gets tied up. Snyder keeps the puck in the zone. Here comes Sean Potts. It's intercepted by Moon. It's blocked by traffic in front. Sestro will keep it in front of him and send it back down the zone. Hutchinson. He gave it over to Potts, who gives it over to McNamara. McNamara looking to dance, but dances his way outside the zone where he will put it back in. Here comes Kozijan. He gets tied up with Ortega alongside Desmond Drill. As here's McCaig. McCaig up top of the point, blocked by Cook. He took that to the hand. Not a good feeling on that one, but a block is a block. Sacrifices must be made for the game. Cook will send it deep, or will send it out the zone where Anderson will collect, but will be handed back over to the black and gold. Hisson gives over to Cook. This puck gets put back in the zone and will be an icing on the play.
Yeah, Bulldogs have played much better in this third period with their level of aggression and their speed up and down the ice. Playing with a lot more energy.
And that's what we wanted to see. That was missing in that second period was that energy. As Kramer looks for a quick draw shot, he got it, but Krstulovic was on the task. Here comes the Pride looking to get it out, and they do. That's Suave. He danced for as long as he could, but loses the puck. This puck's in the Pride zone. They look to break out. Green says, get back in there, try again. Here's Anderson, looking to see what option's best. Finds the best option along the sideboards as they go back and forth on the play. Pescator was looking for the puck, couldn't find it, so his teammates decided to help him out and give it back to him. Here's Pescator. Look for a headman in front, nobody home. Here's Gent. Tries to get around Snyder, no dice. It's a big hit by Gray. As the gal got hit by Gray hard. There's a penalty right there. But while that penalty is happening, we want to let you know about ACTV. Student ran. Just a reminder, ACTV broadcasts are fully student ran. As we have Sean Whitmer on the color, Alex Grove on the play-by-play. We have Gabby as a director, Josh Rupla on the camera. And we also have Josiah Durella as a coordinator. All right, students call the shots around here, literally. Join ACTV when you can. Purdue Northwest is on the power play, looking to convert, try to add goal number 6, see if they make this to a 4-point lead. So there's Anderson up top. He looks for a shot that gets blocked and sent all the way down the ice by Greg O'Bricky. As Griffin Clark was on the forward check, the puck pops loose, but that just helps out the case for the Pride. They look for a shot as Herman swipes it off away. Swall leaves it for Banky and gets stuck in traffic. As we have another penalty call on the play, this one will be against Purdue Northwest. As tripping will be the call. So up, down, all the way around. What do we think about this third period so far?
Well, we wanted to see more energy out of the Bulldogs, and I think we've seen that. The issue is that the level of extracurriculars we've been seeing from this Pride squad have just been unnecessary.
A 4-on-4 opportunity here. 4-on-4 for 62 seconds. As the Pride looks to take advantage with winning that draw. And here's Sestro. Sestro still has the puck carrying all the way down. Now gives it up. There's Verdino, who looks for a shot deflected. Herm was up to the task. Snyder looks to keep it in. He does. Verdino looks for try number 2 on Herman. Saved by Herman. A sliding block. As the bench is finally coming alive, and now we have another penalty coming up. As it looks to be Carver and Verdino sharing words. As Purdue Northwest is also going to look to take a timeout, which they do. We're going to step aside on this TV timeout, and we'll see you after the break.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Adrian versus Purdue Northwest game. If you're just now joining us, the score is 5-2. 4-on-4, well, about to be 4-on-3 as Carper was just called for a penalty. And earlier in the game, in the first period, we saw how Adrian and Purdue Northwest, high-energy game, trading shots back and forth. Scores was going back and forth. It ended off 2-2, the way that you would expect a rivalry game to go. Then second period, we see the Pride just take off and elevate, leaving Adrian in the dust. Third period, what are we seeing here?
It's back to the first period. It's neck and neck. It's very close. The only difference is that the tempers have reached the boiling point that I mentioned in the pre-show that is seeing penalties come in groves. And I think we could have seen a lot more penalties throughout this game. The refs have been letting them play as much as they can, but between these two teams, they're bringing it to a level that's exceeding player safety, and that's when the refs gotta let their whistles come alive.
Just a reminder, if you weren't here for the pregame show, these two teams will be seeing a whole lot more of each other in the future, with both of them joining the new GL6 conference that will be starting up next year for D2. As Purdue Northwest is on a 4-on-3 power play. As Herman with the save and Hutchison will clear out. 2 seconds and 1. We're now back to 4-on-4. As here's Verdino, dangerous with the puck. He sends a shot, Herman with the stop. Banky tries to do something with it. Couldn't get past Carper, but now has an opportunity. As Kozijan was the one with the shot. Anderson goes behind the net, looking for options. Looks for a Kozijan, doesn't go. They regroup, starting off with Sestro, as Sestro will enter in the zone with some speed. Sestro goes behind the net. Fires, blocked by Ortega. Ortega trying to hit Hassan, just out of reach. We've seen a lot of out-of-reach plays going on today. Verdino will give it off to Sestro to Anderson. Anderson waiting for help. Here's Sestro with the shots, blockered off by Herman. As the Pride will now be on the 30-second power play. He's Friel. Friel, he takes a shot right into glove of Krastulovic, and he will hold for a cover.
I mean, Bulldog defense has been doing a good job at helping Herm here, as well as him standing tall on a couple shot attempts. You just really want to see the offense start bringing it for him. Allow him to start scratching back into this lead the Pride have built.
Well, we've seen multiple chances by the Bulldogs. It's all about needed to convert. Here's Pescator. He takes a shot. Herman stands tall on top of his crease. With that save right into the gut.
I mean, it's textbook there by the Bulldogs, as you're trying to intercept that pass and transition the other way, create an opportunity for yourself. Got a little bit too eager there. Pass ended up getting through, but the defense transitioned back well enough to make up for the mistake, and Herman made the body save.
Adrian wins the draw, but in an attempt to get it out the zone, hits the back of Tucker and stays in the zone. Bulldogs are now full strength, killing it off, and there's a quick block by Gubord. Pride keep it in. Hesitation led to a blocked shot. Carper looks to dipsy-do around, he does. Here comes Kyle Tucker coming down the ice. We're seeing some high-pace action from Adrian now. 6 minutes left in this game. As Sean Potts will try to corral it and see what he can do with it. Potts looks for the home run play and gets it out the zone for McNamara to do something. As he dances along the blue line, loses it. That will be an offside after the collision between McNamara and Ott.
Yeah, it should have been an offsides earlier in the play, but ref wasn't near the line, and Purdue got away with one. Coaching staff for the Bulldogs was very unhappy about it, jumping up and down as, I mean, they had the best look in the house at it as well.
There you go, Purdue Northwest looking to stuff it in for 6. Doesn't go, deflection try. It's deflected too much as it goes over the head of Herman and out of play. Ever since Herman's came in, he's been standing tall doing his job.
Yeah, he's made 13 saves, I believe.
Here's Hutchinson. He looks to start a breakout. Puck just skips right under the stick. As Adrian looks to try again to break the puck out. Anderson keeps it in. Potts with the spin move, avoiding the hit from Banky. Hits the brakes, and gives off a pass as this skips over the stick of Kruger. And now back on the Potts stick. Here's Carper. Carper looks to set up Kramer. No dice. Here's Snyder. Gives it off to O'Neal. He'll try to dump it in. Potts to Ortega. Both of them have history playing together as they used to play for the Hudson Havoc in their junior days. And that'll be icing on the Adrian Bulldogs.
Yeah, and I think Carper's trying to make the case that he ended up getting a piece of that. Official is saying he didn't, and unfortunately it's an official that was about 20 feet behind him and in the wrong direction to make that call.
As the Pride sent a shot over the net that got out of the zone, right into the glove of Herman. He'll drop it and leave it for Sean Potts. Potts, he looks to get out the zone as Gent was the one screaming in the neutral zone, going on a slant route. Shot that hits the outside of the net. That shot was taken by Pescator. Carper, he finds Gent right on his blade. It bounces off. Gent and Snyder vying for possession. That possession will fall into Friel. Well, Berkey will get the puck for Adrian, send it down deep. as Gent will give chase. Plays the body on Snyder. Pride still looks to have possession. Looking for DeGao. Doesn't go. Here's Friel. Sends it over to Gent on the half board. He chips it out for Anderson. Intercepted by O'Bricky. As his Pride forecheck is starting to become all over Adrian, forcing him to clear most of the time. Puck got deflected off Sestro, which negates the icing. Anderson looks for Mitchell, but Mitchell was going off for a change, so didn't bother on touching that puck. Hassan gave it over to Desmadrill, but he gets it right back. Here's Green. Green with the opportunity. Rebound in front. Cook tried to do something with it and swiped away by Kristulovic. Active with his stick to knock off the puck off the most dangerous player for the Bulldogs. McNamara looks to leave it to Desmadrill. Didn't have enough juice on it, so the Pride will try to dump it in as Green will do something about it. Puck bow in the corner. Goes all the way to Napravnik. Napravnik save goes off the pad, off the post, and a diving save by Alex Herman. Coming across in time. Here's McNamara trying to take a shot on net, but that gets stopped by Snyder. Big hit along the sideboard as they try to hit McNamara, but he decided to bounce off him. Hutchinson tries to find Gubor. Here's Banky. Loses the puck. But McCaig says, I will take that for my team, and does. Gives it back to Anderson. Anderson has been a really reliable defenseman, really reliable player, both offensively and defensively for this Purdue Northwest team. As he may not be on the scoreboard with goals, but his assist just proves like how much of an impact he has had. McNamara gives a hit off on Berdino. Here's Anderson with the puck. He sends it towards net, gets blocked off by Hutchinson. .40 seconds to go left in this game. 5-2 is the score. As here's Pescator. He has it for Purdue Northwest. He sends a shot, saved by Herman.
That hit earlier from Verdino, I believe it was actually the Bulldog player that hit him as Verdino took the fall.
Pride gets possession off the draw. Looks to set up Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't get the shot off. So Pescator will try again. Here's Diaz. Diaz has the puck. He's down low. Him and Pescator will switch spots. 10 seconds left in this game. As the puck stays down in the Bulldogs' end. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. The Purdue Northwest Pride will win this game by a total of 5-2.
Some extracurriculars there that were occurring right around Herman as Friel and I believe it was Witkowski just getting into it pretty rapidly and pretty aggressively after the play.
Seems to be some mocking from the Purdue Northwest players and scratches. Giving the Bulldog bark, saying that we're better than you towards the end as well.
Well, the one aspect of it that I see, Bulldogs and Pride not shaking hands after the game. As it's no secret these two teams do not like each other. Both Both teams just getting off ice pretty quick. Going to have a quick conference now between both teams.
As they're praying, we'll go give a little bit of silence. Respect the prayer. All right. So we talked about it during the game. We talked about it during the intermissions that the main factor of this game was energy. Could you keep the energy? Could you keep the jam, if you will? And it looked like Purdue Northwest had it for all 60 minutes compared to Adrian.
Yeah, I would say the Pride just – they knew what they could get away with from this officiating crew. And they were willing to push those limits and see how much they could escape this game by doing. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, were playing a lot more within the rule book to the letter.
So a little bit more conservative compared to past games where we've seen that aggressive nature that they had.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of that stems from the fact that they've seen some penalties, even one in this game, that just come from playing with a little bit too much energy and getting a little bit too riled up. So coach is trying to, settle his team down, make sure nobody's taking any costly mistakes that are just mental errors. And within doing that, you're playing with a little bit less energy because that's where those costly mistakes come from. I was always told growing up playing sports, you make a mistake, you make it at 100 miles an hour. Bulldogs made a couple mistakes today, but they weren't doing it at 100 miles an hour.
And that was the deciding factor. And looking at the road ahead, looking to the next time these two play, will be in Hammond, Indiana. That'll be tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow at the Cube Sports Complex Center. So if you're thinking about making a trip, there's the next stop for the men's D2 squad. My name is Alex Grove alongside Sean Whitmer, and to everybody on our crew, we'd like to say thank you, and thank you for joining us in this game. God bless.